city waits for you. What's it like in Liverpool? Although I'm half the world away, you know that I'll be coming home to you. Can you raise a smile? Can you make it all worthwhile? Without you, I don't know what I would do, but I'll be home soon. Ticket to ride, ferry crossing Mersey, Penny Lane.
Hi, my name's Phil Bimpson, and quite a few years ago I was at a barbecue and a friend of mine, Chris Harvey, he turned round and he said, "Where would you go if you won the lottery for a holiday?" And I said, "Liverpool." He said, "You must be crazy, we live here." So with the advent of technology and the internet, I did some research and I actually discovered not only was there 2 Liverpools in Australia, there was 6 in America and 1 in Nova Scotia. So I decided to take all my savings and go on a one-man journey round America just to discover where these places were and what the people were like. So we were gearing up for the Capital of Culture in 2008 and the celebration of 800 years as a city in 2007. So seeing as I had a bit of time around me and a couple of quid, I raided the pension fund, I took all the money and I booked myself on a 2-month flight to the United States, starting off in New York. And the Capital of Culture people got in touch with me. I was really excited to see what goodies they were going to give me to pass along to our colonial friends. Well, this is what we got. Got a bag, a load of tourist information, really handy, bear mats, some more postcards. Hey, we got the new badges. We don't need no stinking badges. 800 years, Liverpool, 1207, 2007. You've actually turned around and said, I'll get the t-shirt tomorrow. Wow. I wonder if I get the letter off the Lord. Yeah. So armed with all these goodies and gifts from Liverpool Council, I set off for New York.
Can you make it all worthwhile? Without you, I don't know what I would do, but I'll be home soon. What's it like in Liverpool? I'm half the world.
So I lands in the airport with a big bag of goodies from Liverpool City Council, a 2-month open-ended ticket and a brand new car. I hit a few problems at passport control, so I had to drop a dime and phone a friend who lived quite local to New York. His name's Paul Davey. You'll see him a little bit later, but prior to that, I had to get to NBC's TV station the next morning, bright and early, for an interview, because they were really interested in a Scouser coming to America. It's 6 a.m. on the 23rd of September, and I'm just driving into central Syracuse. I have an interview with Linda Javinsky, an NBC journalist, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll show you some of the footage later. I'm still jet lagged, and hey man, look at my baggy eyes, you know. So there I am, totally jet lagged, asleep on my feet, and I'm going to do a news interview that's going to be shown all down the east coast of America.
And it is now 7:11.
We are talking today about a special connection between Liverpool, New York and Liverpool, England.
You'll probably notice I've got a souvenir Liverpool hat. I brought a number of them with me as gifts, you know, for the natives. I thought they'd be a bit better than the stuff I got off the council.
And he is celebrating his city's 800th birthday by acting as a Liverpudlian. How much time have you allotted for this?
The American trip is going to take me 2 months, and I'll cover maybe 5,000 miles and possibly see 19 states. And I'm doing it on my own, so if anyone sees me out there with the red hat on, you know, say hi.
Now tell me, I know you've been in...
And it went really great, the interview, and the people were absolutely lovely, but I was still jet lagged and I was starving. So here I am in the centre of Armory Square, armed with a sub, a packet of chips, we call them crisps, and a bottle of water. So I'm just going to have a little look around today. I've just actually came from NBC. I'm having a great time here. I love it. Hey guys, check this out. This is my car. So there I am in the centre of Syracuse, eating me breakfast, having a little look around. They even had the clock commemorating the last 24 seconds of a basketball game, or something like that. I don't know nothing about basketball. In Liverpool, we have a yellow Super Lamb banana. On the corner of Franklin Street, they have a blue horse.
Reeling in the years, 92.1 WSEN, 21 past 10. First feature starts at 8 p.m. and the Midway Drive-In Theater is right on Route 48 between Fulton and Oswego. For more information, log on to midwaydrivein.com.
What's it like in Liverpool?
So here we are. I'm writing postcards from Liverpool, New York to Liverpool, England. So it's a little fad I'm starting, where hopefully my mates and colleagues back in England will have a full collection of postcards from all around the world, from all the Liverpools, and I think it'll be really funny to see the faces when they get this one. A photograph of hides. This is a famous, and I mean a world famous, a hot dog and coney supplier. They sell hot dogs to the general public. They've been going for over 100 years, and I've been there. I'll show you some of the footage in a minute. It's really good food. It's okay. What else can I have with it?
Egg and cheese
Oh, that'd be good, yeah.
and a coffee.
So by now, the newscast had gone out, and I was famous, an overnight success. People were stopping me in the street, going, "There's that guy from Liverpool, England, the Scouser Phil Bimpson." In fact, while I was in there, someone actually approached me. It was great. I was a star.
Hello to Liverpool from New York, from Liverpool to Liverpool, England.
Hey, cool.
You're welcome.
And what's your name, please?
My name's Kat.
Okay, pleased to meet you. My name's Phil. I'm from Liverpool, England. By now, it's nearly 12 o'clock noon, and I suddenly remembered where I was staying at Paul Davies. Remember I mentioned Paul earlier on. I forgot to tell him I was going out to the TV interview, and I sort of got carried away with time. So when I went back, he was worried. He thought I'd left. Well, this Paul, and he's obviously come to find where I've gone. Done me disappearing act. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
How you doing, mate?
Wonderful.
Did you sleep well?
Slept long.
Hey, you look well and
You
refreshed.
left me in the morning, Phil. I was wondering where you went and you didn't even know. Don't you love me anymore? What are you doing? Doing your usual
Well,
stroll?
I'm going to deliver this postcard to the post office.
Ooh. The lads there will be happy to see you. Just as a heads up, I don't know if they'll say yes or no, but this is a government building. They may not allow the camera in there.
Oh, right.
But they may be nice and say, he's from Liverpool.
Yeah, thank you so much. So how did these phone cards work, Paul?
You just use this. What you do is you call this 1-800-888 number, and then you do your PIN code,
Okay.
and then you just call wherever you go, wherever you want to call for 7 cents a minute.
I wish I were there. You know I wish you were here. It's not yet been a month, I know. Already it feels a year. I could write a letter. I'd probably do that too. For now I'll write a song.
Now you'll probably notice there's a bit of a signpost there with a countdown. 21 seconds. And it's like a target for the drivers. And if it gets to 0 and you're still on the road, they come and run you over. I've ordered a meal and he said I can have chips with it. But I forgot in America chips are crisps. And there's Paul now with my chips.
Just call me Chip.
The village of Liverpool is 1 square mile.
And the actual area of Liverpool
Is much, much bigger. There's the village of Liverpool and then there's Liverpool. Liverpool is within the town of Salina and it's pretty big.
And what's the average graduation?
As long as I can remember, every graduating class has been over 1,000 students.
In the village there is approximately 2,500 residents.
Well, we would class them as Scousers. That's what we call people from Liverpool in England.
Oh, okay.
So you're either a Liverpudlian
Yeah.
or a Scouser.
Okay.
And a Scouser is normally someone who appreciates football and music.
That qualifies pretty much most of them, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So are you a native of Liverpool?
No. Of New York, but not Liverpool.
Okay.
Central New York area, yeah.
So is there any problem with sort of, you got to be here maybe 10 years before they accept you?
Well, from my understanding,
I won't put this
it's if you are born and raised here, then you are considered a Liverpudlian. If you've moved away even for a year and come back, you're shunned.
One of the really strange things about when you come to Liverpool Syracuse, the people extend the welcome so much, even embedded in the concrete pavement and sidewalks. Welcome to Liverpool, established 1830. I wonder if that's genuine 1830 concrete. And here we have a fine example of the most recent sculpture to come out of Liverpool, England. It's called the Spirit of Liverpool. Look at that, it's fantastic. If you actually go down to our central train station, there's an 8-foot one standing outside. This was sculpted and created by Rick Myers and Arthur Johnson. I wish I had one of these back in the day when I was giving the hats away. Six in America. Six. So decided to go on a one-man journey round America just to discover where these places were and what the people were like. Just another day. Can you raise a smile? Can you make it all worthwhile without you? I don't know what I would. So where did it all begin? Well, it began many, many years ago. I spent quite a bit of time travelling around America, and the tapes of the documentary of my journey stayed in a box on a shelf. And then one day, a guy said to me, why don't you take it and let them have a look at what you've got? The rest is history, because I'm here. You know the story. Watch the rest of it and enjoy. They do a lot of eating in America from machines, but there's one even I wouldn't eat from. They actually sell live bait in a vending machine. Can you imagine what's going on inside that big steel box, wriggling and squirming? Freemasonry in Liverpool has been long established since the town was established in the 1830s, along with the selection of churches and a public park and public libraries. I'm just determined to get one of these American school buses, but every time I seem to walk by, I'll put the camera down. I miss a shot, so I'm going to go for it now. Hey Paul, I finally got the shot of the school buses, and I'd actually missed about another 6 before I got them. This plaque honours the 6 nations of the Haudenosaunee, or the Iroquois Confederacy: the Seneca, the Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, Mohawk and Tuscarora, dedicated July 2000 by the Historical Society and Association of Greater Liverpool, Syracuse, New York State. And we're going to one of the oldest places and first found places, Santa Maria of the Iroquois. It's a living history museum, and it should be just there up on the right, just before we get into Liverpool itself, so I'll check it out and see what we've got from an historical point of view. So as you can see, the lake extends right across, and this is the old fort which celebrates Santa Maria among the Iroquois Native American people. It should be about when the French first came to this area in about 1650. Well, if that's the old fort, it doesn't look too old to me. Hey, we will check it out if it's open. So here we are on the lakeside by Onondaga Lake, which is in Liverpool, Syracuse, New York State, Liverpool Village. And this place is a reenactment society, so hopefully if the timing's right, we will find people acting and behaving and dressed as if it's 1650 when the French first came amongst the Iroquois, the local Native American population that were living there before the invasion of Europeans, and we'll see how they interacted with each other and what went on from there. The sign in the middle of the compass is the turtle sign, which represented the local Iroquois nations. That was their tribe, the turtle people. And as you've probably seen by the American and Canadian flags, the Iroquois Confederacy of Native Americans occupied this site, all that over there, that lake, everywhere, all the way up to Canada. I'm actually from Liverpool, and I don't mean up the road, I mean in England.
You mean across the pond there?
That's the one, yeah.
All right.
And I'm just doing a little bit of research on the local history.
Okay. One thing you can do, actually, if you want to come in at 9:30 and go around with, we have a school tour coming in.
Oh, that'd be good.
If you want to go around, you'll hear an hour and a half of the history.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
And then you'll be able to take any pictures you want to. You'll be able to go through the museum when they're done.
Excellent,
Spend
sounds
as much
good.
time as you want.
Excellent, sounds great.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.
Alrighty.
So what have we got organised for tomorrow, Paul?
You, Phil,
Uh-huh.
will be meeting the mayor of Liverpool tomorrow.
What, the real mayor?
The real mayor. We don't use the term Lord Mayor around here, but she is the mayor of Liverpool and has been for, well, let's see, I think at least 6 years. Wow. And she's been to your Liverpool as guest of your Lord Mayor. And you know, and she was very influential in having the Fab 5 sign made. That's hanging up in the Cavern Club as we speak. Yeah, she's a great ambassador for this area.
Fantastic. I really look forward to that. Thanks very much, Paul.
Mesquite chicken, a little taste down south, United States here for Phil Bimpson.
Indeed, this is a great honour for me.
Well, we appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
This is where we have all our village meetings, and this is where we have our own police department, so we have our own judge.
When I was researching Liverpool Santa Cruz, which was just over 3-4 years ago, recently we've had Google Earth, which allows us to have satellite photographs, and I examined all the area.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And the strange thing was, when I went to this, it goes to the centre of the coordinate. The coordinates are not very far from where you have a time capsule.
What we're trying to do is what, of course, Liverpool, England has done for years, is preserve what we have.
Yeah.
And so we have developed this comprehensive plan for the future of the Liverpool, so that it will stay the way it is. It can still grow, but it can grow in the right direction. This used to be a fire department.
The village of Liverpool is a community with a rich history and independent spirit that takes pride in its heritage, its safe neighbourhoods, and its grassroots participation and self-governance. The village seeks to preserve and enhance the positive aspects of small community life while meeting the challenges of the future. To maintain the economic health of the village, provide relevant services in a cost-effective manner, and attract businesses and residents to a small, safe, beautiful community where local control of destiny, independence and individual contributions are valued. I was really impressed that you had a historical society virtually from the inception of the Liverpool village. I followed the history with some interest. It's really a mine of information. It's almost a living time capsule. And people have to understand today that we're the keepers of the past, and it's up to us to protect it for the future.
So it was kind of an interesting part of the cemetery, knowing that people, when they died, still wanted to be close to somebody that they knew.
I'd actually do it next to somebody I didn't really like, you know, so I could spend eternity irritating
Hating them.
Yeah. As I say, we're 800 years old. We're actually a European capsule of culture. So the eyes of Europe and possibly the world on Liverpool. So all these little things that we're doing is, you know, bringing us all together as a global community. And I'm happy to sort of be an ambassador who's doing that. People like yourself. So I've now called to a place called Dollar Tree. It's like a cheap store where everything's $1. So I'm going to buy myself an ashtray for the car because we don't have one. And I'm going to get something that smells nice because the tobacco smoke in the car is starting to get on my nerves. Since I've been in America, I've actually really cut down on the amount of cigarettes I smoke. And it's highly likely that I may come back to England smoke-free. I may have give up. Everybody keeps advising me to stop smoking because they all love me and they don't want to see me go early. So even now, a member of the Iroquois sits and waits and protects the museum. This is a wall tapestry of the Hiawatha Belt. The Hiawatha Belt is the first draft of the US Constitution. This wampum belt with the tree of peace in the centre represents the 5 nations, Iroquois, and their formation of the Iroquois Constitution, which is the oldest, purest, most continuous form of democracy in the world. The 5 nations, Iroquois, are Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca. The Tree of Peace is the symbol of the great Lord of Peace, known as the Iroquois Constitution. The Haudenosaunee people of the Longhouse, or Iroquois, influenced our founding fathers' ideas on democratic thought and helped forge the idea of federalism. Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson used the great Lord of Peace to help write the Constitution of the United States of America. So what we're basically finding out is the new colonists, which were the French, followed by the Dutch and the English, brought their already major wars in Europe with them and used those alliances that they made with the Native Americans to wage war yet again in a new land. These are called mud slippers, made of corn husk. Join us next time when we find out there's a strange connection between Paul and Linda and the Cavern Club and the Beatles here in Liverpool. We'll also run into one of my long-lost relatives. We'll take a trip up to Niagara Falls on our way to East Liverpool, Ohio. So until next time, take care.